In this video, let's look into the 20th sum from the accounts for incomplete records. So this sum goes as Selvam does not keep his books under double entry system. From the following particulars, prepare the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet as on 31st December 2018. So they're given two columns, 1/1/2018 and 31/12/2018, which has the values opening and closing values of the assets and liabilities. And beneath the tableau column, they've given you the other details, that is cash sales is given, credit sales is given, cash purchase, credit purchase, the expenses and the incomes, the drawings and interest. Additional capital is given, but opening capital is missing out here. Next, adjustments is given as depreciation 10% on machinery and 1% to be created on doubtful debts. So first thing, we have to find the opening capital by using the statement of affairs as on 1/1/2018, and then we can carry out with the final accounts in our sum. So first, let's start the statement of affairs. Statement of affairs as on 1/1/2018 is going to be prepared. So the asset side and the liability side, I've written it out. So let's take the value of those assets and liabilities under the column 1/1/2018. So first one, on the asset side, we have machinery given over there. So write down machinery, rupees 60,000. None of the adjustments are going to be done here because this is to find the opening capital. Next is cash at bank, rupees 25,000. Sundry debtors, rupees 70,000. Stock, that is rupees 45,000. Bills receivable, rupees 20,000. Bank loan is a liability. So after this, let's move to the liability side. So on the liability side, the first item is going to be bank loan. So bank loan is rupees 45,000. And lastly, creditors. So creditors is 25,000. We know that we are going to do this statement of affairs to find out the capital. Capital comes on the liability side. So on the liability side, opening capital, which we are going to find out as a balancing figure. So total up the credit side, asset side, which is obviously going to be the highest total. So the total is 2,20,000. Write that as a grand total on both the sides. Now move to the liability side, where we have to find the opening capital. So 45,000 plus 25,000 is 70,000. 2,20,000 minus 70,000 is 1,50,000, which is going to be our opening capital. So the opening capital is the only figure which was missing out in this sum. So that is also been found out. Now next, we have to move into the trading and profit and loss account. So let's write down the format of trading and profit and loss account. Let's start with the trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31/12/2018. So both the side, the debit and the credit, particulars, rupees is ready. So first, let's start with the debit side. So on the debit side, our first item for our trading account is going to be 2 opening stock. So this opening stock value can be taken from the column 1/1/2018 stock, that is 45,000. So write 45,000 in the outer column. Next, we have purchases. So generally write off 2 purchases. Look into the sum whether we have both the cash purchase and the credit purchase or purchase return, the items relating to purchases. So we have cash purchases and credit purchases in the extra information which is given below the tableau column. So cash purchases is 8,000. So I'll put it in the inner column. Credit purchases is rupees 52,000. So that too also goes inside the inner column. So cash plus credit will give me total purchases. Before going to the outer column, see that you have a purchase return or not. In this sum, we do not have a purchase return. So we're going to put this value outside in the outer column. So that's going to be 60,000. Apart from this, any expenses relating to trading account given in the sum is to wages. So wages is the only expense which is relating to the trading account which is given in this problem, that is 6,000. Now let's move on to the credit side of the trading and profit and loss account. So in the trading account credit side, my first item is going to be sales. So buy, sales. Again, see whether cash sales and credit sales are given. Yes, cash and credit is given for sales and sales return is missing. So I can just add and write it out to the outer column. So cash sales is 20,000 and credit sales is 1,80,000. So if I add it up, I will get 2 lakhs in the outer column. Next, lastly, I have to write buy closing stock. This can be taken from the tabular column under the date 31/12/2018. Stock is 22,000. So put that in the outer column. Now you have to add up both the debit and the credit and see which side is greater and see that where the answer comes. So on the credit side, I get 2,22,000 as a total, and on the debit side, I get 1,11,000. So my credit side total is more. So that becomes a grand total on both the sides. Now move on to the side which has the least total, that is on the debit side. So that is where the gross profit is going to be. So the answer, if it falls on the debit side, it is gross profit for a trading account. So 2,22,000 minus 1,11,000 is the same 1,11,000. This gross profit which is on the debit is going to be transferred to the credit side in order to start the profit and loss account. Let's start with the profit and loss account. Now first of all, on the credit side of the profit and loss account, I'm going to bring the gross profit. So buy gross profit and the value 1,11,000. Next, we are going to start with the adjustment. That is the last line in the problem. Write off depreciation of 10% on machinery. So depreciation is recorded as an expense on the debit side. So to depreciation, it's 10% on machinery. So the value of machinery can be taken from the tabular column, that is 60,000 into 10 by 100. So that's going to be 6,000 rupees in the outer column. Next adjustment, we have a reserve of 1% doubtful debts. So to provision for doubtful debts. So it is at 1%. So debtors is rupees 1 lakh, because we are going to do a calculation based on the closing balances only. So this is going to be 1 lakh into 1 by 100. So that is going to be 1,000 rupees in the outer column. Next, expense is to advertisement. That is rupees 7,000. And salaries to salaries. And that is rupees 23,500. And you have an interest on bank loan which has to be paid. So let me include it here too. Interest on bank loan. So that is 4,500 an expense for us. So these are the items which are to be recorded on the debit side of the profit and loss account. So let's add up the debit side and see how much we get. The credit side, obviously there's only gross profit over here, 1,11,000. So debit side we must get the total. So the debit side we get 42,000 and the credit side is 1,11,000. So obviously the credit side total is more. So I write the credit side total in my grand total space. So since the debit side is less, the debit side is going to have the net profit for the profit and loss account, the answer. So this net profit is to be transferred into the capital account. So 1,11,000 minus 42,000 will give me 69,000. So this 69,000 net profit is going to be transferred into the balance sheet in the next step. So let's start the balance sheet. Let's start with the balance sheet. So always on the balance sheet, start with the liability side, the first item being capital. So the capital which we found out from the statement of affairs is going to be recorded here in the inner column as 1,50,000. Now after this, we're going to add the net profit from the profit and loss account which we previously did, and the net profit is 69,000. So if we add 1,50,000 and 69,000, we will get 2,19,000. And in the problem they've given us an additional capital also. So add an additional capital given in the problem. Capital which is included or introduced in between. So that additional capital is going to be added along, that is 21,000. So if I add 21,000, I will get 2,40,000. So lastly, we have drawings in the problem. So you are going to exclude or take away the drawings from the capital value. So drawings is given as 60,000 here. So 2,40,000 minus 60,000 and write the value in the outer column as 1,80,000. With this, the capital is over, but we have the liability, two liabilities we have. The first one is bank loan, which is given in the column. Take the closing balances of this. So 45,000 bank loan and sundry creditors. So this also is going to be the closing balance, that is 21,000. So with this, the liability side is over. Next, we are going to move on into the asset side. So the asset side, we are going to start with the depreciation. So first, depreciation on machinery. So write down machinery. So machinery closing balance is 60,000. So I write in the inner column minus depreciation at 10%. So that we already calculated in the profit and loss account. You can take it from there and copy it down here. So 60,000 minus 6,000 is 54,000 for machinery. The second adjustment given here is for the sundry debtors, to create a reserve on sundry debtors. So less provision for bad and doubtful debts. So that is on 1% of the sundry debtors. So we are going to take the closing balance, since this is the closing balance sheet. Only the capital will be an opening capital. So 1% of this is 1,000. So 1 lakh minus 1,000 is 99,000 for sundry debtors. Apart from this, we do not have any other adjustments regarding assets. So we're going to go to the tabular column and write the values over there which have been left out. So cash at bank, the second one, closing balance is 33,000 for cash at bank. Stock, that is the closing stock. Closing stock being rupees 22,000. And lastly, we have bills receivable. Bills receivable is rupees 38,000. So last, we are going to add up the values of asset and liability and see that it is equal. So we get a total of 2,46,000 on the asset side and the same 2,46,000 on the liability side. Hence the sum has come to an end.